All right, we're back with more blueprints today. It's been a while. It's been almost a week since we've played any blueprints, which is good. I think it's important to take some breaks from this game and not just mainline it every day. But we're back. Last time, we made a lot of progress. Probably the biggest thing that we did last time. I'm not going to try to recap everything we did, but probably the biggest thing we did last time was we we removed the crates from the tunnel. And that led us to a series of doors. Hello, Stars, how are you? That led us to a series of doors, and we've been making our way through the series of doors, and we're now faced with a blue door with the Mount Holly symbol on it, and that is where we are currently stuck. So, I have a few theories on potentially how to open it. We'll have to test some things out. I also just may not know yet. It may be something that I have to learn some more information to even figure out. However, there are still a lot of other things we need to do. Probably my two biggest goals today will be involving buying the blue tents from the gift shop, which is 400 coins, but I think it's doable. And drafting the treasure trove as many times as I can. Hi Nick, how are you? Because the treasure trove is kind of my one of my few sources right now of new information. Because every time I go in there, I get a new memo, and at first they were just self-referential, but now they seem to be branching out to maybe a little bit more information, and hopefully that'll be something that helps me solve future puzzles. As well as the blue tents. The blue tents also talk about, once I get them, I'll start getting blue memos in rooms. So, also potentially future info. So that's where we're at right now. Along with I have a whole bunch of other little things. I have a full to-do list of other little things I want to check. Some of them are minor, some of them are major. Let's hop on in, day 89, see what happens. But yeah, that's where we're at. I've also started documenting a few other things. I wrote down the names of all the angels, because I finally got each one placed to which one it is, which I'm assuming will be useful at some point. I discovered last time the planetarium can be upgraded by bringing the telescope into it. So I might try to do that some more, see what few other upgrades we get. Day 89, huh? And then I'm also just documenting everywhere I see the Mount Holly symbol, not just like this, but oh, sauna. So we have 90 steps today. That's wonderful. Not just here, but big blue symbols, because the door we're stuck at has a giant blue Mount Holly symbol. And so far the only other place I've seen that, weirdly, is the gift shop. But I'm going to try to document if I can find any others. So that's where we are at today. Oh goodness, there's a lot going on. I haven't forgotten about the fact that I need to draft a couple rooms in the shrine. 60 allowance now. Those I have the sledgehammer to start with, and I saved the moon pendant, saved itself. That is very interesting. I didn't think it could do that. But the moon pendant saved itself. I had to flush the lavatory times a number of times equal to the number of Holly symbols. Damn it, I was so close to guessing that too. Let's see, we have the Blesser of the Dancer for 2 more days. I've got the Banner of the King right now, so that's cool. I did not realize the moon pendant could save itself. I assumed it was always like two other things, but apparently that's what it just is, any two items. So those are the two. Who knew? All right, let's go draft an outside room. Moon pendant saving itself makes you grumpy. I mean, it means tomorrow will also be pretty decent, I guess. All right, what do we have? Okay, tomb is interesting because if I'm trying to get the it'll either be tomb or trading post. If I'm trying to get the blue tents, this could be a great way to earn a lot of money today. Items for trade could be interesting because I did start with a moon pendant. I could see if I could trade the moon pendant for something. And who knows, maybe you get a rare item for trying to trade the moon pendant. Let's do the tomb, though. Let's do the tomb. I like the tomb. We'll start with 5 extra coins right off the bat. Allegedly, there are no walls in here that I can break, which I find highly suspicious. But I came down here with a power hammer, and it was like, no, denied. So, I did learn that I can... One other thing we learned last time was we solved the Lady Epson's diary, or we opened it, and it seemed to mostly be, other than the potential hint of drafting the antechamber outside in the shrine, other than that hint, it seemed to be mostly just talking about how if you call it a day in various bedrooms, you wake up with various effects. And that was very interesting to me. She specifically noted effects in her ladyship's chambers, master bedroom, the bunk room, and servants' quarters. But I do sort of wonder if there are potentially other hidden effects that we don't know about. One thing I want to do, I do want to at some point call it a day in the master bedroom to see if there's another effect there, you know, and sort of my reasoning for that is simply her ladyship's chamber, the diary, made it clear that there was something, you know, a good bonus to doing that. And I wonder if it was kind of an incentive to try calling it a day in that room so that you would see that there's actually another secret effect. I don't know. Most of the time I'm going to be calling it a day in the break room if I get it, because I love having a key card to start the day with. Do I want the pantry for 4 more coins? Or do I want a bedroom closet? Because like this could get me a coin purse, for example. I'm not too worried about gems. I think we'll do closet. Lucky Rabbit's Foot is an auspicious way to start. I also drew out a diagram of how to potentially draft 20 dead ends in one day. I think you can, my theory is that you can get a maximum of 27 dead ends in one day. If you get it exactly right. So, but it would require perfect drafting. I like both of these, break room and boudoir. I think we'll do break room to start with a key, and then potentially, you know, have a good place to call it a night. But yeah, I think in order to do that, you'd have to start the day with maybe like the Blessing of the Dancer and some dice or something, or just get really lucky and draft an early study. Okay, so we decided that this is essentially cubed, right? Yeah. So This takes us to 81. Minus 1 is 80. Divided by 20 is 4. You got 23. You were pretty happy with that? Yeah. Okay. So do we think this is reversed and then squared, right? Yeah. Flip it and reverse it. Okay. That challenge secret passage is a dead end, but still counts. Yes, exactly. So my theory is, if I drew out my map correctly, and you sort of snake your way through the middle of the house, and then have like a couple little branch offs at the top and bottom, you could have 24 dead ends attached in the house. The secret passage could be another dead end, even though that would be an actual part of the pathway. The bunk room counts as 2, so that takes you to 26, and then the outer room is 1, which would take you to 27. That's my theory, is that the highest possible number would be 27, if my map is correct. Chapel makes me lose coins, but it does take me where I need it to go, so I'm going to do it. I could always break the piggy. I have so far committed to not breaking the piggy, but I honestly can't think of a better possible use than the blue tents. So I don't like these, but I could rotate them for 1 gem. Yeah, we'll do pantry this way, try to make a little corner. I know, I'm gonna try my very hardest to not break the piggy, basically. I think we want laboratory here, kind of no matter what. Because some of these house features... I know, you can only do it once. I know. Oh, keycard. Love that for me, okay. No, I wanted this. Okay, Mount Holly Laboratory. Continue with experiment. Gain a key for every 30 steps you have. Permanently increase your lockpicking skills. Unseal one of the I don't think I really care about unsealing one of the antechamber doors. One of my theories is that I do actually have to, like, fully open the antechamber, all 4 doors, but I've done that before, and I don't think that matters. So I'm going to do a key for every 30 steps I have. And we'll do upgraded floor plans. And then we'll log into network. Actually, Nick, I do have a question if you have a moment, and that is, I am assuming as of now that there is no, how do I put this? That there is no gameplay need to get more trophies than 8, or to do dare or quest mode or curse mode in terms of this playthrough. I've already asked similar questions, I know, but I think that I don't think I've specifically asked about the trophies. 8 trophies gets me the blue tents. And I don't think I don't think they would require you to get all 16 trophies for, like, even more gameplay function. So, okay. Remote terminal access, view active terminals, security. I'm trying to think if there was something else I was thinking of in that vein. I have a list of open questions. Some of them I'm pondering to myself. Some of them I am pondering to myself. Ugh, smash walls in Tomb. I did that and there was nothing to smash. I hate it. Did those things. Dare and Curse Mode, I assume are fun. And once I get a little further in this, I do want to try doing them. Okay, connecting to security. Thought it would unlock something? Yeah, my assumption is that it doesn't. Keycard system. Security level too high. Offline mode unlocked. Confirm. Okay. All right, we have an experiment. Every time I draft an upgraded floor plan, I'll get, right now, 2 keys, which is amazing. Which I could do right now. These are dead ends anyway. So why don't I do Geist Bedroom, get myself 6 dice and 2 keys? Like, that seems phenomenal. I do kind of wish that it seems like the Geist Bedroom... Hello, Draxus. It does seem like the Geist Bedroom means that you don't ever find other items here. Which does make me a little sad, because sometimes I found good items here. A lot of times it was a compass, which can get fucked, but... Alright. We have only one way up, but we have 6 dice to make sure it's something good. So... I honestly don't hate a secret passage here, actually. And then I draft a green room, and I'm basically guaranteed to get a cloister. No! Interesting. Well, an aquarium is also fine here. Still 2 doors. I don't want to use my dice yet. I want to save those. So if I do the aquarium, that'll get me another 2 keys. Yeah. And it gets me 2 doors. So we're pretty flush with keys. We have a handle. Let's go this way. I love the study, but I actually don't have a ton of gems right now. We'll do gymnasium. No shoes? Okay. My lucky rabbit's foot's not feeling super duper lucky today. I don't want to use up security here, so I think we'll do... I could re-roll for a dead end, but I think we'll do Nook. Not use my dice again still. Get my key, get my steps, get a coupon book, sure. Okay. Let's draft this now. Since we've got since we're here. Do I want the guaranteed morning room? Yeah, I do. Salt shaker. Okay. We still need to make it across to the west side of the house. What's my special key? Silver key here is fine. There's my cloister. There's my cloister. I only have 2 doors off of here, but it's still fine. Alright, let's go across first. Let's use a couple dice here to see if we can get a green room. I can't. Okay, I'm not gonna use more than that. Foyer seems pretty good here. And there's a courtyard, of course. There's a courtyard. Right when I don't need it. Bedroom goes just right up into the foundation, which is kind of nice. I don't want to rotate. So I think we take that. And then I don't see an item there. And then we'll go back. Draft this one. Key, that's fine. We've got tons. Hi, Haggis, how are you? They really don't want me to have green rooms off of here. Nope. We have a sledgehammer, so a trunk is pretty decent here, I think. So we'll draft that, and then I'm going to go back down to the aquarium and draft through that way. Dining room seems great here. Get a few steps now. Or, you know, soon. Get a few steps later. There's a gem. Love that. Sure, we'll go south first. Wine cellar for gems here actually seems really useful. Would love a shovel. Would really love a shovel. But... okay. Den workshop. Highly likely to get a battery pack if I grab the workshop, which means I'll get access to the power hammer. I really want to actually a jackhammer now. Yeah, there's the battery pack. I'm actually really looking for jackhammer next. Moon pendant can't be combined with any of these. Yeah. I know Lucky Rabbit's Foot can be combined with the purse, but that's about it. Okay. Burn stuff out on the crappy things happening. Oh, yeah. It is very easy to burn yourself out on the terrible, terrible news right now. So we all need breaks from it. Oof. I don't like. I could just do. I could rotate observatory, give me access to this whole southern area. Yeah, I think I'll do that, and then I can. That way, I don't lock myself off. I still have lots of paths up, but this gets me some good stuff down this way. 49 stars. I really want to see what happens above 49 stars, actually. Or above 50 stars, because I know what happens at 50. I'm curious if it keeps going, or if it... Or blueprints where we resist red fashions by solving puzzles sounds great. I love this idea. Den here is decent. Spare green room has a pretty high chance of giving me a shovel. It did not give me a shovel, but it did give me gems. So I'm okay with that. Greenhouse also has a reasonable likelihood of giving me a shovel. Or a watering can. Well, we got gems, at least. I'm getting my... I'm slowly working my way through every frickin' item. Yeah, this. Among the more exciting of my recent finds was the discovery of a hidden chamber in one of the outer rooms, sealed shut behind a false wall. Does it never end? I know. Stale quality of the air and the unmistakable aroma of corroded metal. Resealed in January after deal in Reddington fell through. In one of the outer rooms. Hi, Silver. It is a little bit of a it is a little bit of a early start for me. Stale quality of the air and the unmistakable aroma of corroded metal. When it says outer rooms, yeah, that specifically refers to outer rooms, not stuff on the grounds, basically. So it's not in the least I don't think. It's in the... Let's actually take Dark Room and then just draft whatever we find above it. It's not going to be in the grounds. It's not going to be in the Gemstone Cavern. It's going to be in one of the outer rooms. Just pick one of these. Hopefully it's not a furnace. Oh, it's a den. That's actually not a great room to draft in a dead end, but whatever. Coins. Okay. I would love a coin purse. Got gems for days. Part of me wants to, like... I already tried smashing in the tomb. There's 2 trunks in the entrance hall. I could run down there and try to do that. But I think I'll go up and draft some other stuff. I've got steps, but like I could always potentially get... Once I get to Foundation, I can go back out there easily. So let's actually go and draft some more. I can easily get back to the outside. Okay, do I want to go through here? Yeah, I want to go through here. Smash this. More keys. Lovely. Let's go here. Terrace Courtyard Office. Courtyard might have a shovel. It does. Okay, I want to do a few things now then. We have a keycard door. Love that for us. Some old coins. Yeah, I want to go dig a little bit. We might get some turnips, yeah. Some lovely salted turnips. Purchasing a woman keeps her money in like a, yeah, like a, exactly. The coin purse in this game is like a little, it's more like a, you know, what you'd call a purse. It's a little thing that snaps for coins, not a handbag in this game. Love salted turnips? Me too. Me too. Okay. Okay, I want to make a jackhammer. I haven't had one of these in a while. And it says digs deeper and finds better items, which is intriguing to me. I found the key to the secret garden. Dug up an ordinary key. Okay, that's fine. No extra ones there? Okay. I still think the clue of that square being barren ground means something. I don't know what, but I think it means something. Was there a dig spot in here? There was. Dice. I love that for me. We are flush with resources. Dice, keys, gems. All we don't have is a purpose in life. Like, I would like to jackhammer in this room. But I don't think I can. Okay. I found an old discarded wind-up key. Interesting. I wonder if that's just to get you an extra crack at the parlor puzzle, or if I've kind of long suspected that there might be a secret use for the wind-up key. I could go commissary. I have a ton of money, and I don't think I'm going to get to 400 coins today. But you never know. I could do another dead end. That's another 5 coins. I mean, how many coins do I think I'm really going to get out of the... Well, if I get the... Let's say I get a vault plus the treasure trove plus what's in the tomb. Maybe we could get there. Maybe. No bonus item in here today. Okay. We can't with Solarium here. Music room is okay. I mean, it gets me more keys, but I could probably, if this room's locked off to the left side of it, I could make that secret garden and get a full path. So, that's not terrible. Prism key. It isn't locked. But we can West Wing Hall. That serves the same purpose. Oh my god. Hi, Retro Wolf. How are you today? Hope you're having a lovely Tuesday. Alright, let's go south. A veranda is a lovely choice. A little veranda priestly. Nothing of interest was buried there, you bastard. Ooh, metal detector. Yeah, see, like, we're slowly piecing together the items for a really good coin run, but I just don't know if we'll have enough. Store is locked. Use a regular key here. Solarium will have a dig spot. Redraw once. Her ladyship's chamber. It's a nice little dead end. Sleep mask. It also has, you still locked? No, you're not. Good. Okay. Does it never end? I do want to go back to the classroom at some point. Because there's a spiral with the planets on it in there, and I actually sort of have a theory about that, which is that the planets you observe in the observatory are related to the order and the number of stars there are based on that. I don't know. All right, let's go. Patio seems reasonable. Dinner is served. God. Lots of stuff here. More keys. Oh my god. How do we have so many keys? Coins. Could do another prism key here. Get another fucking cloister. Let's go. More dice. I dug up an allowance token. That's worth. Alright, well, no matter what, the run isn't completely worthless, because we got allowance out of this, so... Alright, let's go here. Okay, here's a vault. So, we could go vault. That's 40 coins. It's another dead end. I still don't think we'll have enough, but the other thing I could do is aggressively draft a freezer in my other half of the house. I could sort of like, I could try to aggressively draft a freezer and then freeze my assets with like 200 coins or something, you know? And that would be like a really good way. Sure, why don't we do... I guess I'm not worried about my luck anymore. Let's do boudoir. Get some more... dice, steps, all that jazz. Library goes exactly where I need it to, so that's good. Okay, let's... Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go back. I think the freezer plan might be my best bet, especially now that I have 9 dice. The likelihood is much higher, right? Do I bother running down to dining room? I guess I might as well. There's a bedroom on the way, so like we'll gain a bunch of steps anyway. Because I haven't used the sleeping mask through there. So we'll gain a bunch of steps by doing this. Lose 2 here, that's fine. Gain 5 more steps here. Have dinner. Don't have a trophy room. It's fine. It's fine. Ding. I could examine the workshop really quickly. See if there's anything else I can make. I don't think so. There's still one more contraption I haven't made, and I have a feeling it's going to be something really weird and stupid. Okay, we'll go back to the foundation. Hi, David. Go back to the... Yeah, we'll go back to the foundation. We'll go down... Hi, gem. Right, of course there's gems. I spread gems. We'll get our money out of the tomb. The Edgar sale is over. I know, but that means he puts his face on camera now. So. Also, like, what if I took a jackhammer, like, you know, down the reservoir? I'm also wondering, one thing I'm also wondering is if these are something. I've been thinking about this. There's a whole bunch of these, like, other pipe, you know, thingies like this one. See, there's one here. There's one there. There's one here. There's something here. I don't know, but I don't have a power hammer right now. There's something here. Like, what is all this? You know? That's got to be something. There's no reason for all those to exist. With that High Teufel pup, how are you? Alright, we're gonna go back to the tomb. But as of now, I can't seem to click on him. I wonder if... Hold the phone. What if I get the burning glass? Sure, we'll throw one in there. What if I get the burning glass? Light fuses. Okay, now I have a new to-do. I have a new to-do. I feel like there's got to be another use for Jackhammer beyond just like getting good items, because like the power hammer gets me access to new spaces, and I feel like the Jackhammer probably does too, or gets me like something, you know, a major clue or something. All right, we've got 171 coins. So now my goal is going to be to go back into the house and use my last 6 rooms to try to aggressively draft a freezer. I'm doing well, I'm doing well. Okay, I need to get the burning glass. And then come back to the basement with it. I never thought of that, but now that I'm thinking about it. Burning glass in basement. Which, if I had a magnifying glass, actually that's another thing. I could draft a commissary, try to buy a magnifying glass right now. That would give me the burning glass. Edgar, do you want a snacky? Let's do that now. You want a snacky? Come here. Come here. Your snackies. Your friend David said you get snackies. Come on. Come on. Come on, Paws. Good boy. There's a baby. Hi, British Wyvern. How are you? You're so good. Here's two. Thank you, David. Yeah. My baby face. Who's a good boy? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Does Edgar get a mask as well? No. Just slight headache, but nothing paracetamol won't fix. I remember when I was in the UK and I was like, what in the frick is paracetamol? We'll do the blue mask. I have a blue mask and I have a purple mask, but it's blueprints, so we'll do the blue mask. Let me take this off. It's your Tylenol, I think, right? All right. Yeah, I might do a masquerade stream for the DVD. Acetaminophen, yeah, that's Tylenol. All right, let's go back in. Yeah, I probably will do a masquerade stream for the Masquerade DVD event. When does that start? Is it soon? Right, yeah, we have 2 goals today. Now, one is to freeze my assets. Thursday? Alright. So soon, huh? In my head, I'm just like, but Springtrap is only just coming out today. And then I remember, nope, that's been live for like over a week now. Alright, so we're going to go this way. We're going to go through the courtyard and go up that way. But what is time? Yeah, hallway. So yeah, we want to get a freezer to freeze my assets, and we want to get a magnifying glass any way we can. Those are my 2 goals right now. Oh, but a treasure trove. Treasure trove use, goes over all of those. Treasure trove is more important than all of those. Because the most important thing we can learn is knowledge. Hi, Earl. What are you doing? You need ruffles on your shirt so big you end up looking like a marshmallow? Okay, what kind of a door box is this? This is a blue box with a moon. Blue box with a moon. And we had green memos in white boxes are always lies. We also had a something that said boxes marked with a moon are always false, but that was on a green memo, and we know that a blue box with a moon was... Yeah, so we know that moons are not always false. How much have I messed with putting different rooms in the outhouse? In the outer room, I have messed with it a little bit. I have plans for more. Pink boxes marked with moons always contain false statements. Pink boxes with moons always false. This is on a green memo. I don't know if we know if this is true or false, because I know that boxes marked with moons are always false is false, but I don't. That doesn't necessarily mean that they're always true. So, interesting. Okay, we really want something with a door to the north. Parlor will do it. I only have very limited rooms left here, though. So, is my schedule for next week set? Not at all. Not in the slightest. We have 2 wind-up keys because we dug up a second one, which is pretty funny. Alright. I don't even need to do this, but the gems are in a box with the longest word. Longest is the longest word on a box. Longest is 7 letters. Shortest is longer than that. So at least the bottom statement there is false. A is the shortest word on a box. That probably is true. There are words on the box with a gem. That is obviously true. So we know at least... This one must be false. This one must be false. Entirely false. Because each of these have at least one true statement. These could both be entirely true. There are words on the box of the gems has to be true. This box does not contain the gems, could be false. We know this one's entirely false. This could be true and false, or false and true. This has to be true. If this is true and true, then the gems have to be in here, right? Yeah. Oof. How many hours do I have in this game now? I don't know. 60, 70? Both statements have to be true for me, but you can have a box that has, so I have to have at least one box that has only true statements. I have to have one box that has only false statements. The third box could have one true, one false. How do I have so many keys and money? Keys, every time I draft an upgraded floor plan, I gain a key for every 30 steps I have. Money, I have 64 allowance now. So money is never a problem these days. And I drafted the tomb. All right, I'd want a commissary more than anything. Yeah, I think I want a commissary. Okay, bye. I know. Really? There's no fucking magnifying glass here? You bastard. Okay, well, never mind. I'm not buying any of your shit then. So I guess I just want a freezer. I could rotate and do office. Office sometimes has a mag glass. It did not today. But I could spread gold and get a shit ton more gold. What if I did that? What if I did that? Spread gold? Get even more gold? Okay, and then we're just gonna re-roll till we get a freezer, hopefully. I can't walk around too much. Alright, 221 is probably fine, right? Because then that means I only have to get another like 100 something tomorrow. If I get a freezer. I have 8 re-rolls to try to get a freezer. Basically. Hello, Spirited Youth. How are you, lovely? Are we mask for mask today? We're mask for mask every day. Yes. 225, okay. I'm gonna draft the conservatory. Because conservatory also sometimes has a magnifying glass. Oh my god. Okay. I found a rock. Fuck you. Game for Jimmy's. Might play Night Raid. Ooh, Night Raid before. Nice. Okay, what do we have here? Continue. Walk-in closet is standard. I think that's fine. Corridor is common, which I think is fine. Closed exhibit is rare. Do I need the closed exhibit again? Like, really? Do I really need this again? We've already kind of solved it. It does give me 3 rooms, but they are security locked. Let's make it unusual. Let's make it unusual. Okay. I don't want it all the time, but I don't want to never see it, potentially. It does have 3 doors. My pleasure. Alright. We are going to try to aggressively re-roll for a freezer here. Ooh, a clock tower. I love a clock tower too. But I want to aggressively re-roll for a freezer if I can. There's a freezer. Done. Okay. Alright, so tomorrow we're going to start with 20 gems and 225 bonus gold. Hello, Necro / who the fuck is. Did I already notate this one? I didn't. Okay, hang on. You're number 8. You're number 8, and this is March 3rd. And this is office, and this is X, who we think is probably like Denny Ravain? Question mark? To Herbert. Just notating the order of the letters and like who they're to and from. Okay. You're not a sleuth like that? I enjoy this game so much. I love a good... So yeah, we love a good clock tower. Yes, we do. Love a big old clock. All right, let me do. You smart? I mean, honestly, like so far, there have been a lot of puzzles that I just have not gotten my head around. Okay, we're gonna buy. I can't buy the bananas. I'm an idiot. It's fine. We're gonna go back. I think I have enough steps. We're gonna go back to the workshop. We're going to make the burning glass, and then we're gonna try to make it to the tomb, or not the tomb, the basement. Ooh, I don't know if I can with the frickin' gymnasium here. We're gonna try, though. We're gonna try. Mag glass, metal detector, burning glass, assemble. Is this mask an official DVD mask? Nope. Nope. Okay, burning glass. Done. Is there anything else I can make? I don't think so. Alright, 14 steps. 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. We can just make it, I think. And then we're basically going to end the run in the basement. But hopefully whatever we do here will be something that lasts. Oh, actually, we'll have a tiny bit more because of this bedroom. Nice. Flood your basement? Yeah, I'll probably end up doing like a masquerade mask DVD stream for sure. How do I have so many items? I've been buying items. Also, Lucky Rabbit's Foot. Early Lucky Rabbit's Foot. We'll do a lot. Come on. No? Nothing? Nothing? Okay, thanks, I hate it. Thought I was onto something here. It said to ignite fuses. Light special candles and ignite fuses. And why else would these thingies be down here? If not to be lit. You know? Another thought I have is that I need the utility closet. I need the utility closet. Okay, we can't... Can we make it back to the break room? That's my question now. That's true. Dynamite is an option. If that's a hint, don't do it, but... Every time you wear your mask, you get masquerade stuck in your head. From Phantom of the Opera. Oh, I forgot I have trunks in here. Not that it really matters. I can make it back to the break room. Damn, treasure map. That would have been good today. And those, I can't take them. All right, we're going to end the run here. All right. Sounds good. Garden excavation site. 10 green rooms, 20 excavated dig spots. 43 total rooms. Okay. Sounds good. Save and continue. Yeah, do I want to just blow up the trading post? Is that what we're talking about? Alright. Masquerade mode over. Oh. Save and continue. Next day. Well, we have some goals now. We have some goals.